All right, this one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Choosing My Hair Over My Friend? I, 26 female, decided not to attend my friend's, 25 female, let's call her Maria, wedding that will be happening later this year. A little bit of backstory about me. I grew up with strict parents, especially my mother. I was not allowed to wear inappropriate outfits, ergo shorts, skirts, anything revealing, have a boyfriend, no wearing of makeup, and no long hair. I was actually nicknamed Dora at school because of my bangs and bob haircut. I always envied the other girls who could dress up, wear makeup, style their hair, and feel pretty. So as soon as I was independent, I did the things I was not allowed to do before. I bought clothes that made me feel pretty, experimented with skincare and makeup, and grew my hair out. But anyway, right now my hair is really long, almost reaching my butt, and I constantly take good care of it so it's quite soft and shiny. I take vitamins, adjust my diet, and buy a lot of product to take care of it. It makes me feel good about myself, and I get to style my hair with different braids like I always wanted. Maria was a friend I met during college, and we've gotten closer over the years. She always tells me she loves my hair, and we exchange hair care and skincare tips. We also sometimes go to salons together and get pampered. She's a very close friend of mine, so when she asked me to come to her wedding as a bridesmaid, I instantly said yes. However, a few days ago, she pulled me aside and asked me if I could cut my hair for her wedding. She said that she didn't want my hair to steal people's attention away from her during the wedding. Why would my hair steal any attention away from her? This confuses me because she's the bride. I told her that, and she pointed out that I love to style my hair with unique braids, and it can catch attention because people will ask how I did it or how I took care of my hair. I did feel guilty hearing this because at the time I realized that I do talk about my hair and hair tips a lot because I felt like I was compensating for the years when I couldn't. Anyway, I apologized to her about the constant hair talk and I promised not to do any of that at her wedding, but I still didn't want to cut my hair. I suggested that I could put it into a simple bun instead. That way it won't steal anyone's attention. I still don't get how it could. She said no, she wants me to cut it. She gave me an ultimatum that I could either cut my hair or choose not to attend her wedding. Oh, not just be in it now, not go. I chose not to attend the wedding. Most of our friends call me the asshole for choosing my hair over my friend, saying that hair will just grow back, but my friendship with Maria never will. But I really tried to compromise. I thought a bun would suffice. I didn't want to cut my hair, and Maria demanding that I do it just reminds me of the days when I was with my parents and my mom cutting my hair while I cried. But am I the astronaut for choosing hair over a friend? Am I making a big deal out of nothing? No. You are not the astronaut for choosing your hair over a friend, but you didn't. You chose your hair over someone who pretended to be your friend and ultimately decided not to. This was not a friend. This was an easy choice. Someone who demands that you change something about yourself is not a friend. Pretty easy to spot. Someone who feels so threatened by you, they force you to change yourself just to be in, not just in, to be at. She's absolutely not a friend, and that sucks. I'm sure that's gut-wrenching, that's heartbreaking because you've grown closer over the years and you were excited to go to this wedding, but then anything that might steal a little bit of glimmer of the shot of the spotlight, right? She couldn't have it. Couldn't handle it at all. This speaks to her insecurities, OP, and that sucks. It absolutely sucks. You did try to compromise. It's crazy to me that she wasn't just saying you can choose not to be in the wedding. No, she said at. Like, you cannot, if you aren't going to do this, you just can't even be there. You can't come to my wedding, period. Like, wow, that's drastic. That is drastic. Maria, yeah, absolutely. Maria goes to here, all the way to Ascon 1 for trying to force her friend to do this and giving her the ultimatum and not even letting her attend the wedding because she didn't want to cut her freaking hair. I'm sure that hair would have been, the amount of time that hair has been growing has probably been growing longer than they've been friends. And the update. Okay, here we go. Update. Thank you to everyone who commented on the last post. It made me feel validated with my decision and made me feel less horrible. I also appreciated the kind words and advice given. Now on to the update. I initially planned to give it 2 to 3 days before I contact Maria again, and I was hoping for a few days of silence would help her cool off and for me to build up the courage to speak to her again. But I got too anxious, so I ended up pushing it further until I finally decided to call her yesterday. She didn't pick up my calls at first, so I had assumed that she was either busy or she didn't want to talk to me anymore. I made a few more calls because I really wanted to mend our friendship, but then I started to realize that I may come off as annoying and unable to take a hint, so I dropped it. A few hours later, I finally got a text from Maria asking me if I'm free to talk. I got nervous. Confrontations of any kind make me feel anxious, but I said yes. Our conversation went as follows. I discovered that the wedding was canceled and that Maria decided to end the engagement. She also told me that she appreciates me as a friend, but no longer wants to talk with me and our friend group again. What the what? I asked her why, and she admitted that the reason she pushed for a wedding was because she caught her now ex-fiance cheating last December. Oh, well, that, pushing for a wedding, that'll solve it. That'll solve everything. So they pushed for marriage as that was his way of showing her that she's the only one. Maria loves him and she agreed to this condition, but since then she has become extremely insecure and paranoid over his interactions with other women. She never told us though because Maria felt that talking about it was like her acknowledging the problem. She believes that talking about negativity attracts more negativity, so she often avoids it. That's the reason why she loved the guy, because he was a positive and happy-go-lucky type of person. Her ex-fiance was also the type of guy who loved to compliment others. Maria used to find this endearing, but because of the cheating, it made her paranoid. As such, she admitted that her paranoia led her to ask for me to get a haircut because her ex-fiance once complimented it. Wow. She has also done something similar to our other friends. She ended up losing friendships just like she did with me, and this has made her reflect. But she was also hell-bent on her decision to get married, and her wake-up call was catching him cheating on her again with one of our friends this time. This was how she realized that it won't work anymore. The wedding was canceled and she called to apologize to me, thanking me for being her friend, but after everything, she said she no longer wanted to be in contact with any of us. I still don't understand that part. She said that every time she sees us, she can't help but be reminded of him. In her words, seeing your hair reminds me of how he said he liked it and it makes me want to hate you, and would rather cut our friendship before she starts to hate us. Before? Think she's there. I am hurt by her decision since a part of me feels that it's unfair for me to lose our friendship because of someone else's actions, but after some reflection, I also realize that friendships are two-way and I cannot force one with her if she doesn't want it. So in the end, I do get to keep my hair, but not my friendship with Maria. It's sad, but at the very least, we had somewhat of a closure. So that's all. Thank you so much for everyone who validated and gave me advice in the last post. I wish this update was a happier one, but I guess it was better than what I expected. I never knew that losing friendship would hurt just as much as losing a boyfriend, so it'll take a good while for me to get over it. I imagine it's worse. I imagine losing a close good friend. I imagine a close good friend stings worse than losing a boyfriend or girlfriend because I feel like you get closer and there's probably more time involved there. I still don't understand how she's cutting off all of her friend group because it hurts too much to, like every time she talks to them or looks at them, she's going to be reminded of her now ex who screwed her over. Well, guess what, lady? You're going to be able to apply that strategy or that filter to everything in life. You can say this reminds me of this bad thing to anything, freaking piece of confetti, like wood, air, light. You can tie bad things to anything if you're really trying to, and it sounds like she's really trying to right now. And that's no way to live. There's going to be an anniversary for a bad thing every effing day. There's going to be this reminds me of this bad thing everywhere she looks. People who seek pain will always find it. Always. This is her looking for pain. Yes, she needs therapy. Absolutely needs therapy to get through this. She doesn't need to be cutting out her friend group that actually cares for her. Yeah, the one friend who fooled around on her fiance or fooled around with her fiance. Yes, obviously. But her entire friend group, just guilty by association. And OP, because you have long hair, that her idiot of an ex complimented once, she can never look at you again. Probably going to have to develop some more emotional toughness. And yeah, that's going to be something that requires some therapy. It also is going to be something that requires the support of a friend group. And isolating yourself and siloing yourself is not going to make you happier. If anything, it's going to push you further into darkness, I would think. It does not make sense.